Hey traders, this is Jeff from Zenshare.ca, and this is the market timing update. I have a few other sector charts as well I'm going to be going over. So the NASDAQ flipped to a down signal on this day, and then you can see we rallied up, failed to make a previous high, and we basically sold right off. So this is the ceiling right now on the index, on the NASDAQ, and until we can really get above that, granted we're less than 100 points away from it, but really there are some lower highs in place. Not a good sign. The NASDAQ has room to fall. I think I have this chart. No, there's another chart. Here's where I think we're heading, right to the up to 35.40 level, and we should bounce there. We should find some sort, ideally this happens tomorrow so we can get it over with. This is my short-term target, and then we'll see how we react at that particular support area. But so far things look not so good for the NASDAQ, not so good, much worse for the Dow. You can see that my timing signal turned bearish here. It nearly gave a short signal, a trade alert signal here. It didn't quite go up enough, and then, which is unfortunate because the market sold off pretty significantly yesterday, and the inability for the markets in general to hold today's gains is just not good. I don't really know how far we're going to head down in this particular market. We've got support down with the 1450 to the 14,420 range. It looks pretty nasty, and the TSX is about ready to go bearish. It could do it tomorrow if we see a significant sell-off in this market. Where is it? That could actually happen because this is the Platinum and Precious Metals Index. You can see here that it sold off on resistance, and I just think that this is on 825. I said the 65-66 range should be resistance. That's exactly what it is. It rolled over, and so the 60 level on the RSI is providing resistance as well. This looks like it could fall. I don't want to say it's coming all the way down here. If you drew a line right around 55, that looks like there's quite a bit of support down there. But I would say it's heading lower, and that'll put pressure on the TSX indexes because of the miners that are in that sector. And given that the TSX is so comprised of those sorts of stocks, I can see this index being under pressure as well. So this would basically be all three of the major markets that I cover all being negative, all confirming each other. So the markets look like they're going to be under pressure for a little bit. So you want to either be on the sidelines or shorting. So let's see here, a couple other charts here. This is the NASDAQ. One could make the case that we're at support here nearing the 50-day MA, but when you look at the SPX, it's sliced right through that, and it actually proved to be resistance here. So are we heading down to the 200 MA? I'm not sure. That's going to be a pretty nasty sell-off. So I don't expect a whole lot more to happen until we get into September. People will be coming back to work. The end of August is a tricky month to trade because there's not a lot of volume in the markets, so sometimes the moves that we're seeing are not the moves to be trusted, so keep that in mind. Two final charts. The oil and gas index, it did bounce right where it should, so this is something to keep an eye on. It's been fairly consistent between this channel. And then I also had done this analysis for somebody on my list, Google. I think that there's some significant support around 800 to 825 area. So obviously, if the markets really start to sell off, you're gonna want to be buying the lower range. But keep an eye on Google. This has been a very, very strong stock, so I would say 800 is probably the area. Given that we're in a sell-off, you definitely want to wait for this to overshoot the mark.